it is time for my review of Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. I've been waiting to finish this book so I could do this review. I've been thinking of so many things that I was going to say. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I'm about to tell you why. But first, what it's about. Tiger Lily is a Peter Pan retelling told from the point of view of Tinkerbell, and it is actually Tinkerbell talking about not so much Peter Pan, but the very underrated character from Peter Pan, Tiger Lily, the little Indian princess, although in this she's not really considered a princess. It kind of contributes to the very more gruesome side of Peter Pan. In fact, it's more of the traditional Peter Pan than the Disney version. There were times when I just couldn't get myself to read it and I had to pause and pick up something else, but I was able to finish it and it was very good, especially the end. The end was very, very nice. It wasn't how I expected it to end. This is not a predictable book whatsoever, and it's somewhat fast-paced, but I wouldn't say it's completely fast-paced. There are definitely sections that are more fast-paced than the other. One thing that I would have loved to see more is action. There wasn't really much action. It was more about Tiger Lily's feelings about Peter Pan. It was more, I guess that was more because, like, Tinkerbell was telling Tiger Lily's story and not necessarily Peter Pan's story, so all the things and adventures that Peter Pan goes through in the original Peter Pan isn't really told in this story, although there is a little bit of pirate fighting, but I would have loved to see a lot more. I would have loved to see more pirate fighting, more of Tiger Lily being a badass, because that would have been nice, although she does beat some guys, and it's really nice. She almost kills a guy, too. She almost kills 2 guys, actually. Yeah, it's a really good book. Another thing is there is definitely character development throughout this book, not only with Tinkerbell, but with Tiger Lily and Peter Pan and Indian friends and like just all of them, and it's really cool. And I'm just saying and a lot. No, it was definitely really good. I highly recommend you read it, especially if you're a Peter Pan fanatic like myself. Now moving on to the spoiler section of this review. So if you have not read Tiger Lily yet, I would leave now because you don't want to be spoiled, do you? Didn't think so. So the first part that I have to talk about is the fact that I didn't even realize Wendy was going to appear in this book at all, and then when she did, okay, I'm not biased because I played Wendy Darling in a Peter Pan play, in the play Peter Pan Jr., but I am kind of biased because I played Wendy in Peter Pan Jr. So the way that Tinkerbell kind of explains Wendy Darling, although I knew this was kind of her character, but because it is told from Tinkerbell's point of view, I guess it kind of makes sense that she would see Wendy as like this traitor, because this entire time she's been fending for Tiger Lily and she wants Tiger Lily to be with Peter, even though she's jealous that Tiger Lily's with Peter because she loves Peter. Just stick with me. Loves Peter and all this kind of stuff, but when Wendy comes to the thing, she's been so much for Tiger Lily being with Peter that she's just not feeling Wendy, and so she makes Wendy seem really annoying and prissy and very like spoiled and selfish kind of. But there is some feelings that start changing with Tinkerbell when she is like talking about Wendy. And one of those things is she starts to see the difference between the relationship Tiger Lily had with Peter and the relationship Wendy has with Peter. And one thing that I really liked that Tinkerbell said was, sorry, my throat's killing me. She said how when Tiger Lily would be cold and just not know how to comfort Peter, Wendy would actually comfort him and tell him that, oh, he tried his best and he did really good. Like, she would actually give him compliments and encouragement instead of just trying to one-up him and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm still trying to understand, like, I don't know what relationship I like more, Tiger Lily and Peter Pan or Wendy and Peter Pan. It's kind of hard now because the relationship Tiger Lily and Peter Pan had was actually really good, and it was kind of cute. And it actually, like, goes to explain how Peter Pan came to not really like the idea of love in most of the books, although in most of the versions of Peter Pan that they have, especially on movies, like the 2003 version of Peter Pan with Jeremy Sumpter as Peter Pan, they, like, make him to be this boy who just, he never wants to grow up and he doesn't want to deal with love. And at first he's like, just like, no, I don't want you. And then he sees Wendy and he's like, oh, hello. And he's like trying to show off and everything. But then they have the fairy dance and then he's just like, okay, I'm in trouble. I can't like you because I don't want to grow up and I don't want to be a man. So I'm just going to diss you and, like, bye. And she starts talking about these feelings and he's like, love disgusts me. The word of it, the sound of it offends me. Like, no, go away. Basically what I'm trying to say is all these feelings that are shown throughout the Peter Pan versions where he's, like, really cautious about love, it kind of goes into this because this actually almost is an explanation to why he feels that way now. And it was just really, really cool. And it was really dark. Five characters died in this book. 2 of them Indians, 2 of them pirates, and then, or was it 4 or 6? 6? Let me see. Smee died. Smee got eaten by a crocodile. See, some of the stuff that happened in this, it was almost like revealing the truth behind it and almost taking away all the magic, besides the fact that it's being told by the perspective of a fairy. And that's kind of why I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. No flying is involved. There's, like, legends about the Lost Boys having the ability to fly, but really they just have all these ladders climbing up, going up to trees and bridges going across trees so that they can make quick escapes from pirates and stuff. So it makes it seem like they fly, but they don't actually, which really upsets me because I wanted them to fly. And another thing was the way that Wendy appears to the Lost Boys and everything. She arrives on a ship. Like, Neverland isn't in the sky, like in the tales. It's actually just an island out in the ocean, and you can sail to it on a ship, like in the water, not even in the sky, in the water. And that kind of was like, it's supposed to be 2nd star to the right and straight on till morning. So yeah, that was another thing that I didn't like. I did not like the character of Captain Hook. They made him out to be very weak, very almost kind. Like, he wasn't really kind, but he was a wuss. He was terrible. They made him out to be almost stupid, which, I mean, he kind of is in his, like, he's very dim in the Peter Pan versions. But in this book, he wasn't even, like, a captain. Like, I mean, the pirates looked up to him, and they were very, how do I say it? They were very scared of him and everything, but he didn't show a reason for them to be. Like, when Smee died, he was just like, okay, well, like, he wasn't climatic at all. He talked to Tiger Lily at the end. even though she's an Indian brave, just like, well, this doesn't like affect the truce or anything. Like, he actually followed the rules of a truce with the Indians. And I understand that he didn't want any battles or wars to go on, but at the same time, it's Captain Hook. Captain Hook always wants war. He always wants a fight. He always wants adventure. Like, it was just terrible. And then they made it out how his hand got cut off. Peter Pan didn't cut it off. Oh, did you know that? When he was a little boy in a factory, he fell asleep and the hand got cut off. They do, however, kind of have an explanation to why the whole growing up thing. That was actually something that I've always wondered about. If it's an island where people never grow up, then how are their adults? And how are their Indians who clearly are not children? The only children that are there are the Lost Boys and Peter Pan. And of course Tiger Lily and some like the little Indian children. But the Indians have children that grow up. So it was like really a little confusing as to how that happened. But this book actually explained it. Not everyone grows up the same amount of time. Like, there are times when you're on the island that you eventually just stop growing. So like for Tiger Lily, after she dealt with the whole thing with Peter Pan, she stopped growing. They gave Tinkerbell parents. Fairies don't have parents. Last time I checked. They are born from the first laugh of a baby. And they never really came into play. I mean, at a few moments throughout the book, she talked about her parents, about going back to her dad and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like almost pointless to have that even talked about, but I don't know. When Tiger Lily is put on the rock out in the ocean and all, and Peter Pan comes save her, well, for this one, she actually doesn't get captured. It's actually a whole plot to kill Peter Pan and Wendy because she's grown really cold toward them and she wants them to die. Do you see what I mean by it's kind of dark? And then they come save her, and then she just swims away. And the other two don't know how to swim, so they're just stuck on the rock waiting for the tide to wash them out and drown them. Like, it's really dark. I mean, of course she saves him, thankfully. But yeah, it's very extremely dark. I really do recommend this if you love retellings and if you love Peter Pan, and if you love Peter Pan retellings, definitely pick this one up. You won't regret it. It was really good. And yeah, it was very good. They had very spot on characterization. Really nice. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.